Starting a dietary supplement business isn't going to be easy, and I know you're itching to get going. In my 17-year career, I've helped leading and fast-growing brands find manufacturers, and the 3 key things they all look for are 1, price and minimum order quantities, 2, inventory, specifically on-time delivery and order fulfillment, and 3, high-quality products that are safe, effective, and don't consistently run into quality assurance issues that can turn off the retailers, business partners, and of course, the consumers. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to narrow down a reputable and dependable dietary supplement manufacturer. And to do that, I'm going to share with you 3 best practices to help you narrow down your choice for a supplement manufacturer. Then I'm going to show you how to test them out and see if they have a strong understanding of the regulations. And then I'm going to answer one of the most common questions I get, which is, Brian, what contract manufacturer do you recommend? So stick around and be sure to watch the entire video. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Brian and it's great to meet you. I've been in the supplement and food space for over 17 years, specializing in quality assurance and regulatory affairs, helping companies large and small navigate the FDA requirements. And I'm here to help you do the same and help you build the business the right way from a compliance standpoint. So, what are some of the best practices that you can implement today to find a great supplier? First thing you need to do is determine if the supplier is a broker or an actual manufacturer. All it takes is a Google search to see the vast network of contract manufacturers available, and many of them are brokers or offshoot entities of a single company that only serve to expand the sales funnel. And the key to a successful relationship is having control. When you have a problem, maybe someone tests your product and it conflicts with your test results, or someone gets sick from ingesting your product, it's always better to deal with the manufacturer directly. And when you're dealing with the broker, they either wash their hands of the issue, they ignore your emails, they're scared to reveal who their manufacturer is at the risk that you'll leave them. So they just end up hiding information or attempt to act as a middle person and try to translate what the manufacturer is saying. The end result with the broker, things just take way more time to resolve. And if you can, you're better off working directly with the manufacturer. Now, moving on, the next thing you'll want to do is find a manufacturer that's local and visit them. When large brands select manufacturers, they actually send in consultants or their own experts to audit these facilities. You might not be able to do that, but this is your chance to tour and check out the facility, see if it's clean, how they make your products, see if the employees are happy, and you can check out the design of the facility. Are the lines in separate rooms? Are the rooms temperature and humidity controlled, or are they just packing supplements in a warehouse? And I realize that you might not be thinking of visiting them today. Trust me, in time, you'll want to, especially if you manage to lock down a major business with a major online distributor or retailer, and their lawyers send you a 30-page contract of all the manufacturing requirements you'll have to meet. If you're enjoying these tips, then be sure to subscribe to our email list so that you can get more content like this, industry news, and notifications on when new content is posted. Link is down below. Next is to make sure that the supplier will lock in pricing and guarantee delivery. Now, this might seem pretty obvious, but it's never been more important than now to do this. You see, with the pandemic and all the supply chain disruptions that are currently going on with ingredients, bottles, bottle caps, prices have been going up to the point where prices are changing every month. And to complicate things even more, the whole trucking shortage and inventory stuck at the docks, we are seeing delays in getting the goods to the US. Now, it's one thing to find a supplier that can physically make a capsule or blend a powder, and it's another thing for them to know the rules of the law.
FTC considers these 4 factors. 1, the meaning of the claims being made. 2, the relationship of the evidence to the claim. 3, the quality of the evidence, and 4, the totality of the evidence.
Chances are at this stage of the game, you may need some help, and you might be relying on your manufacturer for this type of expertise. There are 2 questions that I want to share with you that you can ask your prospective suppliers that will help you gauge their level of regulatory expertise. And the first question you can ask them is, can I state that my product is made in the USA? And if they say yes without hesitation, without telling you the risks inherent in this claim, then chances are they failed. And the reason for this is because making a made in the USA claim is regulated by the FTC and has very strict requirements on what defines made in the USA. And having a manufacturer located in the US just isn't enough. Now, the other question to test your supplier is to ask them if they can make you a supplement with N-acetylcysteine. And if they say yes, without hesitation, the supplier again has just failed. So what's the right answer? Well, they should alert you on the risks of this ingredient. And right now, FDA has ruled that this ingredient is actually not permitted in dietary supplements and have actually sent warning letters to other brands about this. They should at least notify you, make you aware of the risks inherent of using this ingredient. So what happens if they fail this test? Well, you have three options. One, you can keep searching for another manufacturer. Two, you can take your chances with them and shoulder the burden of the risk. Or three, you can manage this risk by bringing in your own outside experts that is there to protect you. It's no different than hiring your own realtor, lawyer, accountant that represents you. And this is what I help clients do. How can we manage this risk together? Well, for example, we can strategically formulate your product. We could do more robust testing, creative labeling. We could build secondary checks. The intention here is to offset the risk from having a supply that isn't ideal and still making sure that your company, your brand is still competitive but compliant in all the other specs of the business. Now, many of you have asked me straight up, Brian, what contract manufacturers do you recommend? The answer, unfortunately, isn't that easy. And the reason for that is that a good contract manufacturer may be good today, but with some turnover, some changes in leadership, maybe some cost-cutting measures, which, by the way, is exactly what we're seeing right now given the Great Resignation. All of a sudden, the manufacturer doesn't look so good 3 months from now. And in many other cases, a manufacturer is good for one client, but lazy for the next. Sure, the equipment is all the same, but the procedures, the diligence, the testing, turnaround time, service levels are all given to the priority customers, which chances are isn't going to be you at this time. It's just difficult for me to recommend a specific contract manufacturer, and it just comes down to properly vetting a supplier and setting the right expectations up front. Now, once you're ready to proceed with a manufacturer, the supplier is going to send you a business contract. And if you want to see me analyze an example contract, then be sure to check out this video here. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.